Hi, I'm Dr. Rhodes with Noah's Ark Animal Clinic, and today we're going to be talking about basic things we can do to keep our pets healthy at any age. Our healthy pets we like to see at least once a year, sometimes even twice a year for our older pets. Changes can happen pretty quickly for these guys, especially as they get older, so being able to check in before they start to get sick is super helpful. When we're examining your pet, we're actually looking at everything. So while you and I are chatting about how your pet is doing at home, we've already started our visual assessment of how your pet is. So we're using our eyes to look at your dog's or your cat's face, nose, skin, eyes, ears. We also look at how your dog is walking, how they're holding themselves. So while it looks like we're only using our stethoscope to assess your dog, we're actually using our eyes, ears, and hands to fully assess how your dog or your cat is doing. There are two general categories of vaccines for dogs and cats, core and non-core. Rabies vaccines are actually the only core vaccines shared by both dogs and cats, and it's actually so important for not just animal health but for human health that there are a lot of legal requirements for rabies vaccines in different parts of the countries. For dogs, they have two other core vaccines, the distemper parvo lepto vaccine, which actually covers for a variety of different diseases, and the bordetella vaccine. The distemper parvo lepto vaccine is super important to protect against a variety of environmental diseases, including that dreaded parvovirus. Bordetella vaccines are given to help with respiratory diseases. It's kind of an umbrella term for kennel cough. It's so much more than just for boarding dogs. It's also for grooming, dog parks, doggy daycares. For cats, they also have their own version of the distemper vaccine that protects against several feline-specific diseases as well. And then they have the leukemia virus vaccine. So for your cats that go outside, these vaccines are super important. But even cats that don't go outside at all, it's not a bad idea to keep them up to date. During visits with your healthy pets, especially for dogs, it's really important to talk about heartworm prevention. Heartworm disease is something that is spread by mosquitoes, so even our dogs that we think are mostly indoor are still going to be susceptible to this disease. Getting them on a good prevention is super important, helps keep them safe, and it's something that you just don't have to worry about as long as they're on that prevention year-round. For dogs and cats, we really like to talk about flea prevention. Preventing fleas is so much easier than trying to treat and get rid of them. Other than these preventions, these visits are for you to talk to us. Ask us your questions. We would much rather have a conversation about what's concerning you than you feel like you have to get your answers from Dr. Google. Thanks for listening to this Medical Minute and taking your pet to the vet regularly to make sure you give them a long and healthy life.